praises to YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Dumb honest apostles, elders, GreatMillstone, sanctity to the brothers, and teaching truth for the sick. Me and the brothers, we were just talking on the side, we were just talking about freedom, man. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about just sick of being inside of a cage, you know, or inside of like a sail, or not be able to spread it how we want, like spread our wings how we want to move out as we want to righteously. Because that's a man's right, man. That's a man's right to have his own family, to have his own territory, have his own, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a man that wants that. But in this society, in this program that they set up, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, because we know the day is going to come where a righteous man, the elect man, the Israelite man, we're going to be granted that. So I'm going to start off with Matthew 14. And for that to happen, we got to stay focused. So this is Matthew 14, verse. I'm going to start with verse 24, right? And it say, but the ship was not in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. Because guess what? Even with, and we do have a freedom to a certain extent, because when YAHAWASHI came on the scene, even though the Romans was in charge of Jerusalem at the time, we were subject to the Romans in the time of the Lord, right? YAHAWASHI came on the scene free. He was free, almost. The way he moved, he moved, didn't care. He moved with authority, basically. You know, he moved with authority. Of course, he couldn't do certain things, but no one stopped him from gathering his disciples. You know, no one stopped him from preaching the word. No one stopped him to perform what he did to save all of Israel. So he did that. He did the Lord's will, which is your freedom. Your will is, and let me say this: for our freedom is not outside of the Lord's will. Our freedom is doing the Lord's will. We want to be free to do the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So back in Matthew's, right? Verse 24, it said, but the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And that's what it is. The wind, we can always correlate the winds with bullshit. You know, the wind is something that's coming against you. You know the elements, people, Edomites, your flesh, something that's contrary, something that's anti is coming against you. And in the fourth watch in the night, it say YAHAWASHI went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway YAHAWASHI spake unto them, saying, be of good cheer. That showed you that YAHAWASHI was free, man. He was walking on the water. He was controlling. He was using his spiritual gifts, his spiritual powers, to nobody tell him that he couldn't do that. So YAHAWASHI understand, even being in a captivity state, subject under the Romans, he still moved with freedom. And that's how we gotta move right now still, even though we kept this under the so-called white man, and in this society. I like that necklace. That's a nice necklace. That's the spirit, because that lion is free. Right. The lion moves. He do whatever he want to do. You can still be in the spirit, man. You can still move as an alpha male. You can still move as an alpha male. And it say this: be of good cheer. It is, be not afraid. And Peter said unto him and said, Lord, if it be thou bid me to come unto thee on the water. To move, basically Peter asked, can I move like you move, man? Can I move like you? Here it is, the Lord's walking on the sea, and he's concentrating. The Lord is concentrating on the task at hand. Peter asked, "What, man? Can I move? Like, can I walk on the sea too?" And then Yahushua said, "Yeah, come." Basically, and it say, verse 29, and he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down on the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. So Peter walked in the way of Yahushua. He walked, being in the spirit, still knowing the Romans is still captive, still knowing enemies around, still knowing sharks under the water. But guess what? He still moved. He had that faith that I can walk on the water. I can be free. You know what I'm saying? And then it say, verse 30, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and that's where he messed up. Because you can't be afraid walking in the spirit. It don't mix. Right. You having faith in the phrase do not fucking mix at all. You know, it's like oil and water. Those two cannot be in the same sentence. Like it don't mix. If you got faith, you're not afraid of a motherfucking thing. Just because you got that much faith. No, you afraid of the Most High. Of course, that's it. Because that's the only thing you're supposed to be afraid of.
Right. The only thing.
But anything outside of that, it's not faith, man. Because you're supposed to have faith, man. You're supposed to believe in YAHAWASHI so much that you're not afraid of that shit. And so when Peter walked on the water, he seen the boisterous wind coming. Right, I'm gonna stop from here. You bring my shop preset, and that's when, guess what? He starts to sink and say, so what? He was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, "Lord, save me, man." See that quick instance of not concentrating, almost got basically he starts to sink, man. And that's what happens anytime brothers feel down. You afraid of something, man. Something that you fearing. You afraid of something, and that's what fucked you up, and that would make you sink. Because you're being afraid of something. I don't know what. Then you got it.
It's a fear, man. Let me just get this precept. You got it. 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For Yahweh have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind," man. See what I'm saying? So he gave us the spirit, not of fear, but of course you have fear in the Lord, but that's really through wisdom. See what I'm saying? With that fear that you have in this world is something completely different, man. Because if you have fear, that means that you're still in the world, man. See what I'm saying? Because once you come out of the world, you got to realize that you're dead to the world. So why should a man that's dead to this space fear anything that's in there, man? How can he kill you, man?
It's, John 4:24, it says Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. You know, so there you go right there. Showing just the faith about being in the spirit. You know, I'm gonna grab this Hebrews. It's Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Right. Right. You know, just like what the scripture about Peter, you know, walking on water. You know, faith is the substance of things not seen. You know, we don't verbally see YAHAWASHI right now. We don't verbally see YAHAWASHI, you know, in the Most High, but we know that this truth is real, you know, because certain things that we see that's coming to pass as far as the prophecies, you know, but YAHAWASHI not standing here right now, and we can see him verbally, you know, just see that he real.
That's right, man. That's why this truth is like a treasure map, man, because let me get this precept too, and I'm going to go a little bit further. It's just Luke 17:6, it says, "And the Lord said, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you might say to this Simon tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you," man. There's another one that talks about you be able to move a mountain, man. You know what I'm saying? Both spiritually and physically, man. Because when you have that faith, you can do anything because you're in YAHAWASHI, and that comes to part of that is being not in this world, man. Because when you're not in this world, who you walk with? You walk with YAHAWASHI in that same path, man. So, like he says, if you have that faith the size of a grain of mustard, you can do things like walk on water, man. See what I'm saying? But the moment that you don't have that faith, is you start to sink, man. See what I'm saying? And that's why it's very important that we stay in the faith and it's truth, man. Because like I said, like what we were just talking about earlier, we just got us into this, you know, this whole sideline that the truth is like a treasure map, man. See what I'm saying? So we see the map, we see the path that we gotta go, which is that straight gate, man. You say you got the fire on one side, the deep water on the other side, man. That water being philosophies, people's bullshit, and the fire being these deceiving spirits and all these other things, man. See what I'm saying? And that right there, man, we got a treasure map, man. We see the X. We just don't know. We don't see the treasure yet, but we see the X, man. Because YAHAWASHI, he drew the map out, man. See what I'm saying? He went places that no man ever went before, man. So on his path,
No, ain't no man's land.
exactly, to no man's land, man. So on his path to this treasure, we passing things that nobody ever seen before, man. We seeing certain things like new islands pop up. You know what I'm saying? Like certain landmarks that are giving us his faith, man. See what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, he was here, he was there, and he was there, man.
And the scriptures say that many righteous men want to see the things that you have seen and have not, man.
Let's go, champ.
You know?
Still in Hebrews, I'm jumping down to verse 6. Hebrews 11:6, it say, but without faith, it is impossible to please him.
That's right.
Right, you know, so without faith, you know, you can't please the Most High. It say, for he that cometh to Yahawah must believe that he is, you know. It say, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, you know. And when you diligently seeking the Most High, you know, you being faithful and enduring affliction, you know, in all the wins and all the bullshit and nonsense. You know, you keeping the faith, you know, keeping the faith and pushing.
Huh?
That's right, man. You gotta keep pushing, man. Because it's not necessarily about how much you yield or how much fruit you bring in. It's that what you yield doesn't die or rot out, man. That is good fruit, man. See what I'm saying? So as long as you diligently seek YAHAWASHI, you'll be good, man. Because really, he's the one that's making everything possible for you. See what I'm saying? He's the one that put the soil there for you to plow. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that put the seeds. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just receive the water, man.
Okay, and then you go back to Satan and say that, just going back still in the verse, it say, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. If you know that you laboring, you know, for a reward, you know, because even if you fall out the truth, you know, your labor wasn't in vain, because at the end of the day, you still doing the works of the Most High. You know, you reached out to somebody, you know, who needed the truth, you know, whoever the Lord was trying to get to. You know, and that right there is another mechanism to help you push harder in this truth. It's just knowing that it's a reward at the end.
Exactly, man. What movie you ever seen where it was like a pirate out on sea or with some treasure, whether it be Laura Croft, Tomb Raider, or Pirates of the Caribbean, where there wasn't some smoke before then. So even Aladdin, man, when he went to go grab the ruby, all types of crap and that shit was happening, man. See what I'm saying? That's his truth, man. See what I'm saying? So we know where we gotta go because it's been done before, man.
Yeah.
YAHAWASHI said he coming back. He said he coming back with the kingdom, man. See what I'm saying? And on that carved out mountain, man. So that's Treasure Island, man.
Treasure Island.
And then we're gonna be on that chariot, hopefully sleeping that good yang. You know what I'm saying? And watching this bad boy go down.
The scripture speaks about actually us seeing our walls being built with gold in it.
Gold,
It say that in Tobit.
Exactly.
It say that in Tobit.
But before we get that, we gotta
Yo,
go
before we get there.
this BS, man.
Oh, get the straight gate scripture in Matthew's.
That's a spirit.
Brothers, probably I can look it up real quick.
Con.
I'm not sure was it out what time I look it up.
I think I actually did. Talking about the narrow straight gate.
Yeah, you got it? Oh, Matthew 7. I knew it was 7. It's 13. 7 and 13.
It's Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. It say, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in threat.
Hey, you gotta go down fighting. You know, if you on the make it there or go. Just, you know, endure until if you don't make it, guess what? You a martyr. At least you can say, man, I strive to the fucking end, until my end, man.
Right.
I went down with my ship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't jump ship. I went down with it. And I went down believing in this truth, man. You know.
That's right. Imagine if Jacob didn't fight, man.
Imagine
if he just gave in. Let the angel fuck him.
He just let the angel go and said, "Fuck it," you know.
Imagine, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have that glorious name, man.
Yeah.
Being able to be called Yasharala, man.
You right.
So you gotta fight, man. It's always been like that, man. Anybody that takes that real obvious straight narrow path, that's really you just following Satan, man. Because he was just trying to give people the easy way out since the beginning, man. See what I'm saying? It's always some BS, man. If you ever want to get somewhere in life, you got to go through some shit, man.
Got
you. Exactly, man. Because y'all, they call it the iceberg, man. On the top, it looks like it was a mountain just built, but under the water, man, it's a lot more shit you have to go through to even get there, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't know if you have a precept.
I got a precept. This Second Chronicles 15:7. It say, "Be strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded." Again, showing that like by you not being weak and staying strong in this truth, you know, it's a fight. You know, you gotta stay strong, and at the end of the day, always remember that it's gonna be a reward. You
That's
know,
right, man.
you're not laboring in vain. So.
That's right. And that's and one of the things that'll make you weak, man. See what I'm saying? That said, a gift destroyeth the heart, man.
Right.
See what I'm saying? One of the things, a few of these gifts, man, will be rather be these women or
Right.
anything that's like tangible or malleable, man. Like
Right.
things that could be easily destroyed or that Esau can get to you, man. Because he said these women will drive you crazy, man. These gifts turn you into a slave, man.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that we're already in captivity, but that's just gonna make you bend over even more backwards, man. You turn into one of these wicked ass niggas up in the upper echelons, man. I'm thinking that the upper echelons bending over backwards for Esau, man. But that's really not how you get there. It says that you gotta go through the straight gate, man. When you talk about that needle, man,
Yeah.
it's the narrow part of the gate, of a larger gate that the camel can't come through with all the shit on his back, man.
Yeah.
If you wanna come into the kingdom, man, you gotta get rid of that shit. Why? Because the Lord said you're coming as a thief in the night, man. You know what I'm saying? If you a thief, you coming to what? You coming to take everybody's shit, man. But if you don't have anything to take, you know what I'm saying? Because we're supposed to let go of this world anyway, man.
Right.
So when he come, we shouldn't have anything for him to take, man. If you feel like you gotta hold on to something to do, you doing what? You doing the Lot's wife, man.
Yeah.
You gonna get turned to salt, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go let go of that shit, man.
Right.
You know what I'm
You gotta
saying?
have that tunnel vision. Like,
Exactly, man.
Right, you gotta have that tunnel vision.
That's right, man. Because if you hold on to anything in this world when you get here, man, you get turned into a pillar of salt, like point blank period.
Right.
man.
Yeah, what you
Lord
holding
said-
on to, man? You supposed to be holding on to this truth, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Lord
you
even
holding
said,
on to.
If you're a friend of this world, you're not a friend of his.
Exactly. He said,
You know?
friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High, man. Which basically means you're an enemy, man. See what I'm saying? He said that if the world will love you, if you're of the world, but because you're not of the world hates you, man. They hated me as they hate
Matthew
you,
9
man.
and 36.
Exactly,
Matthew
man.
9
So we're
and
not
36.
supposed to be loved, man. See what I'm saying? It says we're aliens, man, so to speak.
Love get you killed. You love
Exactly.
this goddamn world.
Love,
they love
man.
you so much, they ready to fucking kill you,
And what's
man.
the love of this world?
That's the
man?
number one rule.
That's right. That's right.
They ain't no telling what the fuck they love means.
That's right, man. It's like,
9:36.
37.
This Matthew is 9 and 37. It say, "Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is
that's right.
plenteous, but the laborers are few."
That's right, man. And that's why, man? Because some people got a short attention span, man. See what I'm saying? They don't see a plant growing up out of the ground within like 3 seconds, like it's a video game or some shit. They will walk away, man.
It's too fucking hard.
It's too hard.
They don't want to do this shit.
It's dirty work.
It's dirty work. This is a journey to get to the treasure. To get the treasure, man. This ain't no easy thing. The laborers, the work is there. We just ain't got the workers.
Exactly,
The work,
man.
you got the work. The money right there. It's a gold mine.
Exactly.
It's a gold mine. We just ain't got the fucking workers to get the gold out.
Exactly, man.
You know?
Most of the
It's
valuable.
too much work.
That's right, man. Said most of the valuable jewels like diamonds and gold and anything like that. Anyway, you gotta go mine it all.
You
man.
gotta go mine
ain't
it.
just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go under the dirt.
Yeah.
And you really going by faith,
You
man.
gonna
This
get
country
dirty.
even though it was built by fucking demons, man.
Yeah.
Everything that anybody does, undeniably is done by faith, man. See what I'm saying? Because you didn't know that the gold was gonna be under there,
Yeah.
or the precious stones was gonna be under there. See what I'm saying? You didn't know that the crops was gonna sprout out. You just had to have faith that it was gonna happen, man. You built your foundation off of the faith, man.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta do in this truth, man. It ain't no different than what you have to do in the world, man. You're going paycheck to paycheck anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're going by faith, man. Hoping that the food stamps gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And when you come into this truth, it's no different, man.
It's
See
no
what I'm
different.
saying?
You gotta make full proof of your ministry. You come to the truth.
Exactly, man.
Be diligent.
Exactly.
So you know the results. Look, I did what I was supposed to do. It gotta grow.
That's right,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right. That's the rock, man. It says the wisdom of the learned man come by the leisure, by his leisure, man. See what I'm saying? That leisure that he had, man. So that leisure that you have, you can do small things. You know what I'm saying? So you don't go crazy, man. But you really should be coming closer to YAHAWASHI, man. And it might not be at the same pace as the next man next to you, but it's not about that, man. See what I'm saying? We all got instruments that we play our parts, man. But at the end of the day, this shit is not gonna matter. It's gonna be burnt down anyway, man.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that that's gonna happen, and the ashes from that is gonna bring up the soil and grow the fruit that you put out, man. See what I'm saying? That's why it says that in the end, wisdom, roughly paraphrasing, is gonna outshine his darkness, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's the wisdom that we have, man. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be the biggest I told you so to speak, man.
Right, and we ain't doing this for no carnal goal. We doing this for the when we say treasure, we talking about salvation. We talking about deliverance. We talking about the Lord blessing us, giving us reward, giving these our new bodies, our new spiritual bodies. We gonna get things that we can't even imagine right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we ain't talking about the carnal goal, even though we gonna have that too, because we gonna put every nation in subjection. We gonna have the earth, but we gonna get things that people can't even imagine.
That's right. Who was that?
You know, and that's the truth.
I want to bring this out, this is slightly
Better than
Matthew.
Wakanda.
This Matthew 11 and 25. It say, "In that time Yahawashi answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and have revealed them unto babes." And the only reason I'm bringing this scripture out is the last part, just to land back on what the brother was saying, and it's truth. It goes back and say that he revealed them unto babes, because you gotta grow in this truth. You gotta from day one, take it day by day. You gotta grow in this truth. But I'm just gonna go ahead and break down the scripture anyway. He said that it said, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. And who did the world look as the wise and prudent now? Like Martin Luther King and the fucking president, shit like that. The Lord hid these things from him, and that's another treasure, that we're seeking on out, because the Lord hasn't revealed all his secrets unto us.
That's right.
We know majority than the other, Jack on the street, but still, we still fighting for the rest of the secrets, because it's still secrets that Yahawashi doesn't know.
That's right, man. That's what he says. He's going to use the foolish things to confound the wise, man. He says the wisdom of this world is basically just trash, man. He says that the earth is his footstool, man. And his house is many mansions, man.
Oh, what scripture is that? That's called.
I gotta remember the scriptures.
I know what you're talking about too, though. That the wisdom of this world is foolish, right? Man.
The Most High, man. What
It's in Corinthians, I think.
Yes, that was 2 Corinthians, verse. I think it was chapter 11, man.
Okay.
So Paul said that he got caught up in the paradise and he saw unspeakable things that he couldn't even speak of. Man. You see what I'm saying? So there are things that even the head of the disciples don't even know what's going on, man. You see what I'm saying? And he said these things are going to be unlocked in the last days, man. So these days we starting to come into get a glimpse of that madness and balance, man. You see what I'm saying? The Christian gets to the good too.
Precept. This is Matthew 13, verse 40. Verse 41, it says, "Son of man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all the things that offend, and of them that which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and garnishing of teeth." That was going to happen, man. The Lord's going to, the times will come to the Lord's going to gather the righteous, man, and the elect. Because guess what? We his treasure, man. The scriptures say that the men of the Lord, we're the apple of his eyes, right? So he look at us like treasure. He look at us like gold, like just like how we would look at some gold, like, damn, man, I got that. That's how the Lord look at the men of and like the elect. Ooh, what's that in Psalms 119? Yeah, you got it.
Before you put out, I just want to make mention to say that, because that was called scripture that you put up, because the Lord even goes and say, he said, don't defile your body, because our body is the temple of the Lord,
The body is the temple. And guess what? Each one of us is a spiritual priesthood. So we gotta make sure that we're on point, man. We can't build this one separate mortar because you get impatient, man. Mortar is the thing that you put between bricks to make sure it don't slide, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you get impatient with anything that you do, if you get impatient with your fishing, all things that everything that he likened it to takes patience, man. Fishing takes patience, plowing takes patience, building a temple takes patience, building anything takes patience, man. Because you gotta let it settle in, and solidify, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're fishing, you can't pull out the hook just because you don't feel anything, man. So you gotta have that faith that something grabbing the line, man. It's all in the feeling, man. See what I'm saying?
This is Psalms 116:15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints, man. So, like I say, like, even if you die trying, he look at that like a treasure. He look at you like a gold. If you become a martyr in this thing, you fought to the end. Precious is you in the sight of the Lord, man. He look at you like it's precious to him, man.
It's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 28, man. 'Cause he said, like, I put a lot of the Lord's eye, man. You gotta pay for everything. You gotta pay for people, you gotta pay for flowers, you gotta pay for everything, man. Location, river, everything, man. Let me get this, man. It's Matthew 6 and verse 28. He says, let's see this. I'm gonna get actually Luke verse 12, Luke chapter 12 verse 27. It says, consider the lilies, how they grow, how they toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory is not really like one of these. And what I wanted to give was that first portion, man. You see what I'm saying? He got his favorite flower is a lily, man. But guess what? They toil not, they spin not, man. See what I'm saying? They don't go off to as far as like the spiritual sense, likening it to us, man. That's not being taken away by these wayward doctors, man. See what I'm saying? Not being caught up in this world, man. See what I'm saying? Getting toiling not, spinning not getting caught up in this BS, man. See what I'm saying? Being strong and stern, man. Because it says YAHAWASHI, he was an austere man, man.
Oh yeah, he was austere man. Read that back again.
Luke chapter 12, verse 27, it says, consider the lilies, how they grow, they toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you, Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
Get Lamentations 4:1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I want.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1. How is the gold become dim?
Yeah, how did our talking about Israel? How did the gold become dim? Because what? We sold ourselves for no. The scriptures say.
Right.
The scriptures said that we committed 2 iniquities, man. You know what I'm saying? We basically we stopped knowing what they love and we started worshiping other gods, man. So our people committed 2 iniquities, man. The scriptures say what? The law is hanged on these 2 laws. Love the Most High with all his heart, with all your soul, and love the brotherhood. And guess what? We broke both of them. So we got shit with those 2 iniquities, man. You know, so gold became them. Got it?
And to go further with that, one of my favorite scripture that talks about that we forsake the fountains of living water. We use our brothers and sisters like a hold no water, man. He said, is Israel a homeborn slave? Why is he forsaken? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly, man. And if you do anything about the scriptures say that a faithful friend is the medicine of life, man. It says if you found him, you found treasure, man. You know what I'm saying? So part of that treasure, we already got a portion of it, man. Because we're potentially of the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? Angels, man. It says that we should just angels. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we're those angels stuck in the chains of darkness, man.
Yeah, we those angels stuck in the chains of darkness. Our people sold themselves to the north, man. Now we guess what? We're not. Now that's why we getting our glow back, man. And that's why when these brothers walk around, people always say this, man, you seem different from everybody else. You fucking right I am, man. Because I ain't them, man.
That's right.
I gotta glow. I gotta glow. When you come into the truth, you get illuminated. You get enlightened. You get quickened. You liable.
Get that oil, man.
You get that oil back. You back firing, man. Hey, Jeremiah said this. Jeremiah said, the spirit burned in my heart, man. Like he said, I'm not gonna make mention of the Lord, but it burns in my fucking heart. It burns in my soul, man. I can't not preach the word. I can't not glow, man.
It's the truth.
It's good to say that.
Yeah.
Say that. Say it burns in my heart.
It burns in his heart, man. It's in his mind, it's in his life forever, man. It's in his spirit, man.
Even if you wanted to stop, even if you wanted, you can't be what you're not. You gotta be what you is, man.
That's
You can't
right.
be a regular nigga.
You can't be a regular.
You weren't made like that, man.
I can't be dim forever, man. I started off dim. That ain't right. Nothing grieves my heart more than seeing a dim gold. It's dim. It lost what it made it precious. Here it is. We go. The Lord, what you call that when you he burnt all the flaws in it, like all those because that's what happens. When you get tried in fire, you burn gold to get all the impurities out. So now you're shining at his best, man. Right now we in a fire 2/3 not gonna make it because they like wood, man. And guess what? We burn it like gold, so we gonna be that pureness of gold.
We gonna shine because we got that wisdom, man. That's why it says what? That we're gonna be like sparks amongst the stubble, man. Stubble is wood that's been broken down, right? Because it didn't have a foundation, man. You all that wood that's chopped up, man.
We going on 30 minutes. Stop it or just keep it going.
Keep going.
You got broken down by the spirit, man. By this
Well, it's up to the brothers. It's up to the brothers. Slack it.
Because he said what, man? He said he wasn't gonna flood the earth anymore, but it'd be like every time's a no. Right now, what are we doing? We're flooding the earth with this water. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, because if people don't take heed, just like you didn't take heed then to the physical water, you gotta take heed to the spiritual water. They get flooded out spiritually.
Keep going in that.
Let me get Lamentations. I'm gonna keep going. Lamentations 4. I'm gonna start like the top says. How is gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed?
Keep
The
going.
stone of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. Verse 2. The precious sons of
See,
Zion.
talking about Zion. This so the sons, man.
That's
We ain't even
right.
dealing with women right now, man. Women is the Lord look at the men as the precious gold, man.
That's right.
Okay, keep going.
It says the precious sons of Zion comparable to fine
gold.
gold. Are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the fork of the hand of the potter?
Right, so
The
now you
work of the
said,
hands of potter.
basically saying, how the fuck did you hear this? I compared you with the most finest gold. I
Right.
compared you men, you sons was the top. So how is now you esteemed as a potter? How you became clay? How the fuck you became dim?
Molding yourself into anything that the enemy wanted you to be.
Did you
man.
mold yourself
See
to
what I'm
the
saying? That's why it says
it
it says that we're the salt of the earth, but what good is the software if it lost its savor, man?
Woo!
We're within salt. You know what I'm saying? And that's us, man.
Coon it.
Vaseline on the forehead, just shucking and jiving.
Selling themselves, Judas selling themselves for 30 shekels.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, selling themselves out for like for a happy meal, man.
Happy meal, right?
Hey, look, man. The Lord said, man. The Lord said, "This is the kingdom. Hey, you strive for the kingdom. Everything else gonna be granted unto you.
To you, right.
You strive for the truth. Everything else gonna flow unto your way. To you. Yeah, we about to just close out.
Yeah, man. YAHAWASHI, when Satan came to YAHAWASHI was going through some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come up to him when he was at his best, because ever since he came on this earth, man, it says that when you basically forsake this world, you make yourself a prey, man. See what I'm saying? So ever since he came here, he said what?
Psalm 37 and 4.
Psalms 37 and 4. It said, "Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desire of thy heart."
Right.
Break it down right there.
God, right. Bring it. I mean, I'll just land back onto the scripture. I mean, what you were saying. Just bring the first part back.
It said, "Delight thyself also in the Lord,
Right.
and He shall give thee the desire of thy
The
heart."
desire in our heart. When you delight yourself in the Lord, you know you being delicate, humble. You know, I know y'all heard this before, but enduring and everything you want to please the Most High. He said He gonna give you the desire of the heart, which is the truth. You know, which is the truth.
You ain't lie, brother.
The key word is basically desire, take pleasure in the Lord, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you gotta force it, ain't no point. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're being forced to do it ain't no point. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel like you're forced to do this, man. It should be like you said, it's in our blood, man. We do it. Like sometimes it does take a little bit of force, but hey, it's in our blood to do it, man. He said that you are in danger from the womb. Before you were in the womb, you're in danger, man. It should be a prophet to the nations, man.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So,
Puerto Ricans, they believe in what?
Yeah, the words. Hey, that's why the scriptures say words can't. Ears have not heard, and words have not. You haven't heard, because the things that the Lord is going to bless us with, which is a blessing us with right now, you can't even compare it. That's why the scriptures say in Romans. I'm getting it, man. Romans 8, man, and what? Romans 8.
But when you go into that word, the meaning of that word,
I think it's 17.
it says, man.
and part of the first portion of that is what? Things that were unspeakable that we're getting now is that part of the wickedness man. See what I'm saying?
Romans 8 and 18.
18.
Romans 8 and 18.
I'm gonna read that. Romans 8 verse 18 says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." Man.
That's the glory.
Right, man. The glory that should be revealed in us. Man.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And even talking just physically, man. See what I'm saying? 'Cause what does it mean to teach, man? To draw what's basically already in you. You know what I'm saying? That you had before, man. It's coming back from what you taught in the ancient and in the past times, man. And really, this is just the notes that you took back then, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we want big classroom, man. When it comes to the Olympic classroom, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the angels, which is the teachers, helpers. You know what I'm saying? You got YAHAWASHI, who's the teacher, man.
That's why
This is your study notes, man. Exactly.
Right.
It's an open book test.
And that's why the Lord said, keep thy foot when that goes to the house of the potter, you know, because you give a sacrifice of food. So at the end of the day, this is basically to rebuke and reprove you, you know, because like the brother said, man, we was born wicked, you know, we grew up wicked. We didn't know nothing that was right.
Exactly, man. Just surrounded by this world, man. But guess what? We have what? We have the grace of YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Every last one of us should be dead, man.
That's right.
They did yesterday.
Exactly, man. I should have been dead yesterday. I should have been dead forever. But the shit that I'm Don't talk, man.
Hey, and the grace of the Lord, the enough for the Lord. That's why you really got to be precious to the Lord, man.
You if you understood like how much he deserves to be angry at you and just destroy you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the wickedness, like homosexual things like that.
Yeah.
Man. It just shouldn't exist, man. If you're a creator and you design something, a tool, and you have the ability to create something, you want it to do what it do, or else you throw it away, man. If you had anything in your house that didn't operate the way it was supposed to, you would trash it, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We should have been trashed, man.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 12. It say, for thus said the Lord, it said, behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have eternally drunk it. It was prophecy that we drunk of the cup like the brother was speaking of. That brother said we was born wicked, we was born, and we should have been dead for like forever. The Lord, he made us drink of that cup. You know, he made us drink of that, like what we going through, feeling like, man, this is bullshit, man. This we living in this hellhole.
That's right.
But we had to drink of that, man. It just was prophecy. Now check this out. But we have a certainly drunk, and now we're coming back into the fold. We're coming back into the Lord in the fold, man, into the church. But check this out. Thou art he that shall go and punish. Talk about these people, peons who openly do wickedly, man. Who openly murder us and basically try to who was crucify the Lord. You fucking Edomites and Romans, man. Who openly promote false gods, right? It says, shall thou go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it, man.
That's right.
Y'all gonna drink of the same shit that we drink of.
That's right.
Now we're currently drinking. The cup gonna switch. It gonna go right. It gonna go to back how it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Because we supposed to be gold, we don't supposed to be silver. The Lord made us, he made us to be righteous. He made us to be his ambassadors. He didn't make us to be wicked and stuff. But this is just the prophecy that we got to play out. Our rightful state is gold. Our rightful state is supposed to be kings. Women supposed to be princesses under us, man. We're supposed to have women, children. We're supposed to be rulers, man. That's our rightful place. But we got to play out this prophecy. We drinking of that cup. And it's swishing, man. And it's swishing. You know? So we ain't about to be fucking hamstring in the wheel. Rolling with Edomite ways, man. Let's take it back to the beginning. We ain't about to be caged up, man. The Lord, the scriptures say Isaiah, it said that he freed us from the yoke of that, he burst out the yoke.
Yeah, that's right.
The yoke, the Lord said, basically Zion, and we got the yoke out.
That's right, man. For here we have no continuous city, man. It's just want to come, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we were created to be golden and apple of the Lord's eye. But right now, you can't even see the shine. Why? Because people are covered in dust and confusion, man. That's why when he went to the valley of dry bones, in Isaiah the 47th chapter, 37, 30.
I think that is.
Yeah, man. And I think it's the second verse, man. He says he saw the bones, man. It was a valley of dry bones, man. Covered in dust, man, with no water, man. See what I'm saying? So really, it's that gold, but it's covered in dust right now. Man. So you can't even tell it is gold. See what I'm saying? That's why the world's gonna be surprised when they see who the Lord's people is, man. Because this whole time they've been covered in confusion because they put them in confusion, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They fucked us up, man. But it's all good because we're getting our estate, man. And the only one that can read this beautifully written poem is the elect.
The leg, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an order, man. And order is really the large key of what this is all about, man.
That's the spirit that's in gold. You know what I'm saying? You know that's the spirit, man. Wait, what's going on, brother? I'm saying everything is just, you don't never just think nothing to something. His shirt say gold, that's all you know.
That's right, man. We're gonna shine again, man. We're gonna get that wisdom back, man. Get that wisdom. What's a clean agent? Water, man. And that water is just living water, man.
That's right.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Because really, this book is technically a fountain of youth, man. Because he says if you do everything according to his will, man, do everything righteously, you shouldn't taste death, man. So technically, if you read this the correct way, and you do things accordingly the correct way, it's a fountain of youth, man.
Right.
See what I'm saying? He says that there's some that shouldn't taste the second death, man. So there's some men here that are going to be translated, but they're not gonna taste death from the time they were born, man.
Well, that second there, right. God.
There's some men that are already here that aren't gonna die.
Yeah.
From this point, from the point that they are in his life, man. They're gonna be translated, they're gonna be put into his body, but they're not gonna die, man. They're reincarnated, man. Because YAHAWASHI was reincarnated, man. He was in one body. He went up to the heavens. He said he's not gonna meet you as a man. He's coming back in his glorified form, man. So what is that? That's reincarnation, man.
Yeah, precept for it. In Proverbs 8 and 19, my fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than the choice silver. So he said, man, my fruit, my fruit is better than gold. We the fruit. You know, he look at us even, we more esteemed than gold, man. I say that much. What a gold. A gold had no. A gold it can't do it. Gold it just really just merely just an element. It's just merely an element at the end of the day, man.